Hi, everybody. Welcome to another ramble. I didn't do many of these last week. Actually, it was pretty busy last week. Last week was a very busy week. I managed to get Terps on for dad chat, though, which was pretty fun. And he'll probably come back again at some point for some more dad chat. It is the 2nd of February, 2015. Can you believe it's February already? It's nuts. I don't know where time goes. When you become a bit older and you become a dad, um, and a husband, and just a general sort of adult, time seems to move much quicker. I don't know where time goes. All of a sudden, it's just like, oh, where did those 5 years go? And what happened to the month of January? And also December as well. What happened to that month? It's all gone. Anyway, we move forward. It is February. Rambling today. I actually have something that I want to talk about. The thing is now, because these are going up on iTunes and Libsyn and stuff like that, and people are downloading them. I don't know if there's people like downloading them that don't watch my YouTube videos, which might be kind of weird. Like just like no context whatsoever for me rambling about stuff and probably no fucking clue what I'm talking about half the time. I don't know if that's happening or not. If that is happening, and if you are listening to this and you don't watch any of my YouTube videos and you have no idea what's going on, my sort of like little update today is about YouTube and stuff. I mean, if you like video games and you like watching somebody being very terrible at video games, playing them, check out my YouTube channel. Holy shit, there's just tons of videos about me being really shit at video games on there. But if you're quite happy to just listen to me rambling on about whatever it is that I'm talking about, that's good too. Actually, that's really great. So today I want to talk about quickly my YouTube channel, funnily enough, which I, think about a lot, think about all the time. It's the way that I make my living, obviously, and I have done that for, it's been about 2 years now that I've been doing it full-time, so I've depended on my YouTube channel full-time for the past 2 years, and before that, it was just sort of like a thing that I did on the side while I worked a full-time job and did a bunch of other stuff. But it got to the point where I could actually sort of make the switch and ditch my full-time job and do this instead. And it's been great. I've really, really enjoyed it, and I continue to enjoy it. I've been thinking about, last year around the same time, I sort of tried a whole bunch of different things all at once, and people got pretty upset about it. And it's weird with YouTube. The longer you're on it, the more that you think you have to do. And it's a strange one, because like I feel like doing things the same way that I've always done them gets kind of boring and repetitive after a while, which it does. I mean, that's like anything, you know, if you work at the same job for a long time and you do the same things over and over and over again. For instance, let's say you work at a sandwich factory and you work on the conveyor belt and you're like the bologna guy, and all you do is just slap a piece of bologna into a sandwich over and over and over again. After like 5 minutes of that, you'd be like, oh shit, you know, I wouldn't mind being, you know, chicken guy, or maybe like, you know, bacon guy, or move up and like eventually become like lettuce and tomato guy, or something, or whatever. You know, I want to be the guy who fixes the conveyor belt when it breaks. You know, people like to change things up, and I think that's like natural. I think that's just a thing that people do, and I'm no exception. You know, I started doing YouTube videos a certain way, and obviously things have changed as the years have gone by. Some things for the better, and some things not so much for. What we have recently, in December recently, I had another hard drive failure. I mean, I seem to suffer from these a lot, and it's not a huge problem. I mean, I lost a little bit of footage. It sort of set me back a bit. It kind of sapped my motivation at the time too, where I just thought, I've lost all this footage. You know, I don't really know like what I want to do sort of going forward. I don't know what kind of videos I want to make now and stuff like that. And I always look back to when I started my channel, and I look back to the games that I played when I started my channel, and I always think back and I think I had a lot of fun back then. You know, it didn't consume me to the extent that it does now, where, you know, I'm always sort of checking stats, and I'm always reading comments, and I'm always reading feedback and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff is a bit of a detriment to you personally. If you run a YouTube channel, you probably know what I'm talking about. You become sort of like obsessed with this stuff, and I'm not sure if it's actually productive in any way. I don't know, because I mean, back in the day when I first started, I mean, yeah, it was new and people didn't know me or whatever, and I was getting promoted quite heavily by Lewis and Simon, or the main channel as we like to call it. And it was this new thing, and it was like this new person doing this stuff and whatever. And the stuff I was doing back then wasn't popular stuff. It wasn't stuff that was, I mean, I played Minecraft, but some of my earlier series like Towns and like Atom Zombie Smasher, games like that were obscure. Nobody really heard of them or played them or whatever, and I did long playthroughs of them that did fairly well at the time. I really enjoyed playing them anyway. I really enjoyed doing the playthroughs, and I enjoyed sort of talking to people and seeing comments and everything, and that was great. And I mean, more recently the content's changed. It's become sort of this like daily multiplayer stuff that I do with Hat Films and Terps, and that's been fun too. It's fun content to make, and it's easier to turn around and stuff. I mean, it's certainly great for covering me on weekends, and if I go away on trips or whatever. I've got a backlog of content that I can put up that keeps me covered, because again, this is my livelihood. I kind of need to put out videos every day, so that I can keep earning enough money to live off this. But I don't know. There comes a point where the problem with the Garrys Mod stuff is that it goes up daily. It's great. I personally enjoy making it, and we have a lot of fun hooking up and playing it together and stuff, and that's great. But I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with how sort of toxic the community has become around it. There's a lot of complaining. Any comments on the Garrys Mod videos, the vast majority of them, I'd say about 90% of the comments are negative. People complaining that there's just too much Garrys Mod. This isn't what they subscribed for. They've been subscribed since I was playing Towns or whatever, and this is a far cry from that and whatever. And I get that. And I totally agree with that too. It is completely different. And I don't think it's fair to alienate people that have been around for so long and people who may comprise the core fan base. I'm not saying that people that watch Garrys Mod aren't part of the core fan base as well. I think there's definitely a place in the core fan base for people who just want to pick up something for 10 minutes, watch it, and move on. People who get a laugh out of watching me and Hat Films and Terps just dicking around in this game or whatever. That's great too. But it sort of leaves out the other people that did sort of subscribe in the first place and have been around for a long time for different types of content. And that kind of content I haven't been doing recently. And I need to get back to doing it. I really do need to get back to doing it. Not only because I want people who have been around for a long time and have been loyal to me for a long time to be happy again. But I also want to get back to being happy about doing that kind of content as well. I mean, it's been so long since I've just picked up a game and played it from start to finish and enjoyed it. I mean, the only games I've been playing recently have been just these massive grindy games that I don't need to think about very much, like Hearthstone, Diablo, and World of Warcraft. Those are all great games. I mean, they're amongst my favorite games. But they're games that I don't produce content on, except for maybe in the background of this while you listen to me rambling on about my YouTube channel, or stuff that I play in my spare time, like in the evenings or whatever. If I get a bit of spare time in the day while I'm waiting for something to render or whatever, I might play a couple of matches of Hearthstone or whatever. But I mean, that kind of stuff is stuff that I do in my spare time and stuff that I should do in my spare time. And while I'm here, I should be enjoying games. I mean, there's nothing new out that I'm really interested in at the moment that I would want to sort of play from start to finish. I mean, I guess I'm a bit more of an old school gamer as well, where like I look back fondly on old games, and maybe, hindsight is always sort of like 2020, isn't it? You always look back on things being a million times better than they were, like the nostalgia effect and everything. But there's some really old games that I really, really, truly do love, and that I would like to play again, or even games that are old that I love that I'd never finished that I would like to revisit again. And I think that kind of content is definitely coming back. I've got plans to bring it back. I'm actually going to record something today that's going to form part of a longer series that I'm just going to keep on doing. And then bringing back sort of the one-off stuff, the evening with Sip stuff, trying to find games that will be fun to play on YouTube and that people want to watch and see me progress through. And generally those types of games are things like Game Dev Tycoon. I don't know if you remember that. SimCity, City Builders, games where I can just sort of dick around, plan stuff out roughly, and just really ramble over the top of it. So that kind of stuff is definitely going to come back too. I really need to get back to that format. I really want to get back to that format. I think it's good for everything. I need to. I've just gotten to the point now where views just isn't enough. You know, like a lot of YouTubers will just swear by views. They'll just say, I'm only doing this because it gets me lots of views, and that's why I need to do this. I need to get lots of views so that I can make some money and make a living off of this, or for whatever reason or whatever. I'm done with that. I'm really done with chasing views. I don't think views should be your primary concern if you're making a YouTube channel. I think that the community that you built around your channel and around your content is much more important, because those people will just be there for forever, potentially, if you keep them happy. Whereas views can be fickle. I mean, you could just make one video one day that just goes really big for whatever reason. Maybe something just absolutely hilarious happens in it, and everybody feels that they need to watch it. But the type of people that you attract from that, I mean, you can get loyal subscribers, but I think you get a lot of sort of fickle viewers as well, who expect every video to be on par with that, where maybe that was just a mistake or just a fluke or something that you had not planned or whatever, or maybe genuinely you have just found like some amazing format for producing content that just fucking goes absolutely interstellar every time you post a video or whatever. And that's cool too. But I think I'm at the point with my channel now where I really do appreciate the community that I've built up, and I feel like maybe if things keep going the way that they're going now, I'll lose some of that. And I think that would make me very sad. That would make me more sad than me just getting to a point where I can't do this for a living anymore or whatever. I could accept that because I don't see this as something that's like massively long-term anyway, and I never have. I don't see how like I can reach the age of 70 and carry on making YouTube videos about me playing games or whatever and then just retire. I don't think it's going to work like that. And I never have thought it's going to work like that. However, it would be nice to have done this, made a lot of friends and met a lot of people along the way, and just keep people interested in, so that, you know, if things do dry up on YouTube or whatever, and there's some other platform that people move to or some other thing that people start doing or whatever, that you would come with me. And I think that's much more valuable than just sort of creating content with views in mind and just sort of losing your way in a way, I guess. Changing so much from what you started as and just becoming something that you'd never intended to become or whatever. I don't feel like I'm fully at that point. I feel like maybe that's a road that I could end up going down and becoming in the end. But I certainly don't want that. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you listening who have watched a lot of my older content and have been around for a long time probably don't want me to do that either. So that's it. That's me sort of saying that I'm going to do things a bit differently and just sort of go back to basics, I guess, back to my roots, back to what really sort of got me going and what really sort of made me passionate about doing this, and sort of just playing games for fun again, and rather than just trying to find games that will sort of do well on YouTube or whatever. I think the views are secondary to all that. I think if you're having fun and enjoying yourself or whatever, that comes across, and I think that's what people tune in for more so than anything else. So if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel or you run a YouTube channel, I'd say that's pretty good advice. I think anybody who's done this for any amount of time would probably give you the same advice as well. And that's what, hopefully, I mean, New Year's resolutions, it's February now. It's a little bit late for that. But I hope that I can continue this year in that vein. I really hope that I can. I would really love to. I would really like to just get things back to how they were and remove some of the toxicity from the comments section for sure. It's not so bad on Reddit because generally people on Reddit are a little bit more, well, I say a little bit more, sometimes a little bit more civil on Reddit. But YouTube comments are just known for being just this fucking cesspit of hatred and weird sort of bile that just sort of surfaces up from the from the deepest depths of the internet or whatever. So there, yeah, that's my plan. I hope you're on board with this plan. I hope that this plan sort of fills you with some sort of hope for my channel, as it does for me. I'm not saying I'm without hope, but after doing this for, well, like I said, almost 3 years. Well, it's been over 3 years actually. It is strange. It is strange after you've done it for a couple of years. You sort of you change a lot. You don't change much as a person. You change as somebody who puts out content on YouTube, and that's evident. I mean, if you look at any channel, how somebody started off is oftentimes just the polar opposite to how they become, especially if they get very big or whatever. And some people stay consistent. They stay themselves, and they stay true to, the kind of formats and things that got them big in the first place or whatever. And some people don't. And I think that the people that don't are the people that just end up sort of burning out or fading out or just sort of disappearing in the end or becoming less relevant or whatever. And I think that's a shame. I really don't want that to happen to me. I certainly don't want that to happen to anyone that I work with either. So, like I said, that'll be me this year, hopefully. Just going back to doing the things that I really enjoy doing. And hopefully getting just a variety of content up around the stuff that I love. So expect some older games. Expect some one-offs on newer games that are coming out that I'm genuinely excited about when they finally come out. Because it's a little bit of a dry period. It always is. After Christmas is always a little bit of a downer period, isn't it, in gaming? Because all the cool games came out before Christmas because obviously everybody wants to make a ton of money. So all the cool games come out before Christmas. Everybody buys them up over Christmas. Everybody plays the shit out of them. And then everybody's bummed out for like 3 months because there's nothing really else coming out. I mean, it's not so bad nowadays. That used to be the case years ago. Definitely. But nowadays with like early access and, lots of indie devs and games and stuff coming out, it's not so bad. But me personally, I'm definitely feeling it this year. It's definitely a little bit of a downer in terms of games and stuff. I mean, I've got plenty of games to keep me going, but it'd be nice. Be nice just for something really fucking epic to just sort of spring up and come out, and everybody just get really excited for it, play the shit out of it, and have fun. That would be great. Otherwise, updates. I don't have much. I've got a trip coming up. It's just been confirmed. I can't talk about it because it's a top secret trip, as most are, because they're always to do with something that's like under some embargo or whatever. End of the month, we'll see me going to LA again for like the millionth time this year. I'm not complaining. I mean, LA is pretty cool. It's pretty fun to go to. This time is a very short trip. I mean, I think we're only there for like 2 or 3 days, which is nice because I don't like to be away from home for too long anyway. I mean, it's a lot of traveling, but nowadays with like in-flight entertainment and like iPads and stuff, I mean, I can just play Peggle for like 10 hours, no problem. If I'm lucky enough to get on a flight that has internet, like I was that one time, which was amazing, I can watch Netflix or play Hearthstone or whatever for like 10 hours, no problem. That'd be great. But once we're back from the trip, I could talk about it. It's very exciting. It's actually... I'm looking forward to it like crazy. I cannot wait to go. And I can't wait to get back and tell you guys about it as well. Maybe I'll do like a ramble on it or whatever, or maybe I can show you some stuff or whatever. It just depends on what's what. And I'm being very, very vague on purpose because I genuinely am not allowed to talk about it at all. So there. I hope you enjoyed that vague, sort of weird, weird vague update. And also, I apologize. I'm sorry if this is like a bit of a weird one. This ramble. I feel like it's stuff that I have to say and stuff that I want to sort of be clear about. But also, it's probably not as like upbeat or as it might not even be interesting. But I hope you can appreciate it anyway, and I hope you enjoyed the ramble. And I hope that you're looking forward to my update on my cool top secret trip, and also. Later on in the week, pardon me, just burping, because I have to, because I've been talking for like, 19 minutes straight. I hope you're also looking forward to a new series starting this week. It should be this week. I'm going to start recording it today, so I should definitely be able to get like a couple of episodes out. And I'm really pumped for it. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's an older game that I have never finished before. And I'm looking forward to finishing it. And I'm actually just going to play it straight the way through and do all that I can do in it without getting too tedious and boring. Obviously, really stick to it and really finish it because I feel like I have to. I feel like I owe it to myself to do it, and I feel like it's again it's going to be more sort of in line with my older stuff. It'll be a nice adventure. It'll be a bit long-winded. There'll be a bit of rambling and tangents and weird sidetracking and stuff like that. But that's how I play games, and that's how I have fun playing them. And for anyone who sort of watched Skyrim and games like that, you probably know that about me by now anyway, so are probably ready for some of that. But yeah, very exciting. Looking forward to it. Definitely should be out this week. Definitely should be. You like that? it's a full half possible committal to me doing a new series. But no, it'll be nice. It's a solo let's play of a game, which will be a nice refreshing change from all of the Garrys Mod. Garrys Mod will still be going up. We've really enjoyed Evolve. Holy shit, we had a really great time. And the first Evolve episode went out on Saturday. And people seem to be really stoked about it. Jeez, like there was a lot of positive comments in the comment section, also on Reddit, about people saying that they liked it, they enjoyed watching us play it or whatever. The more we play, the more we unlock, the better we get. So we probably will come back and play more because it is fun. It genuinely is fun. It's one of those games that's just designed to be played with your friends. You can do like random matchmaking or whatever and jump into a game and be the monster or whatever, and I'm sure that that's probably pretty fun, but nothing beats being on Vent with your friends and swearing at each other and calling each other names and pranking each other and stuff like that. Those are the best gaming moments, and those are the kind of moments that we try to capture, like when we're recording and stuff as well. So there'll probably be some more Evolve. It's likely that with this like solo let's play and possibly some other stuff coming up and some one-offs and stuff like that, it's likely that I'll probably just use sort of like multiplayer footage of like Garrys Mod or Evolve or whatever to just sort of plug the gaps on the weekend when I'm not in here producing content or whatever, because again, it's my livelihood. I do need to put videos up. Ideally I need to put videos up over the weekend, and I can't just sort of come in, record a video and put it out that day. Because it's quite hard to do. I can do that during the week, obviously, but I can't do it on the weekend because I don't generally come in on the weekend because I have a family that I spend time with on the weekend. And it's nice to sort of have a little bit of separation, like work-life balance or whatever, even though I play video games for a living. So I get like no work-life balance because it's not really work. But there is that as well. So stuff to look forward to. I hope you're excited. I hope you're as excited as I am anyway about this new stuff. God, Grim Fandango has been remastered and it's on Steam as well. I might pick that up and play it because it's one of those games that just has slipped me by. I think I was just at this like awkward age where I just didn't want to play it at the time. Like I played all the Monkey Islands. I played every LucasArts adventure game. I'm sure that I played every single LucasArts adventure game. Apart from Grim Fandango. I played Grim Fandango for maybe a couple of hours with my friend because that's how I used to play adventure games when I was younger. My best friend used to get them for Christmas, and we would just play the shit out of them, try to figure out all the puzzles and stuff. There was no internet back then, so we couldn't like fucking look up cheats and walkthroughs and stuff like that. None of that existed. You just had to figure it out. And it was fun. It was probably the most fun gaming I've ever done. But Grim Fandango is a game that I've never completed. I've never gotten to experience the wonder that is a masterpiece, or often referred to as a masterpiece in gaming. Grim Fandango is probably sort of recognized as one of the best adventure games that LucasArts ever did, which I find hard to believe, actually. I mean, I've never played it, so it's probably not surprising. But I don't see how anything can beat Monkey Island. Monkey Island was just so good, just so well written and just so well designed and everything, and the characters were just incredible, and it was just so funny and everything. It seems like it'd be hard to beat. I mean, even Sam and Max. I mean, even Full Throttle. Fuck, and Day of the Tentacle. Remember Day of the Tentacle? Holy shit, that was amazing. Full Throttle was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't incredible, but it was very good. Indiana Jones: Fate of Atlantis. That was fucking incredible too. God, even The Dig was good. So Grim Fandango, I'm sure, is going to be pretty amazing, and I would love to pick it up and play it. It's been suggested on Reddit as well, people saying, oh, Sips, you should pick it up and play it or whatever. I probably will, actually, because I want to play it, and it'd be nice to make a series of it too. It'd be nice to just have a couple of series of sort of Let's Plays or gameplays going. And just because it's great to have that sort of content, and it's content that even if you don't watch at the time, you can always go back to after because it's all there. Sort of like Dishonored. I mean, I played through the whole thing. I played it from start to finish and enjoyed every fucking minute of it as well. What a great game. And it's nice. It's a nice feeling knowing that I've done that and I've made all those videos. And they're just there. They're just there for people to watch whenever they want to. They don't have to watch them as they're coming out. They don't ever have to watch them, obviously, either. But, you know, new people discovering my channel for the first time and trying to see what I'm all about. It's really nice to have, like, those big, long series sort of, like, archived on my channel that people can go back to and be like, oh, shit, yeah, this is that series that people were talking about back in the day, like Towns and Dishonored or, you know, Adam Zombie Smasher and, like, all those old games and stuff. So it'd be nice to get a couple of more of those under my belt. So Grim Fandango is probably going to be one of them. And then this next big solo Let's Play that I've got planned is going to be one too. And then onwards and upwards into the future, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Wow. All right. Wow. That was a really long ramble, and I apologize for that. If you are enjoying these rambles, though, let me know. I always like the feedback. If you hate these rambles, let me know, because I always like the feedback. If you thought this one was too updatey and weird and serious and stuff, let me know as well. I mean, I don't mind like talking about this stuff, but if it's just going to bore everybody to tears or they don't like give a shit or whatever, then I can just save myself and just like talk about, you know, fucking whatever, Ronald Reagan's dick or something instead, and go like off on a big tangent about how like Ronald Reagan had like this just marvelous dick or something. I don't know. I can go back to that, or, you know, I can sometimes give serious updates and let you guys know, like, what's on my mind and stuff as well. That's cool. Okay, great. Well, there you go. 26 minutes and, like, 40-odd seconds of me rambling and talking about YouTube and games and Ronald Reagan's dick and some other shit. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you are going to enjoy all the stuff that I've got planned for my channel. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to just be at this point where I'm just excited to play a couple of games again, and I really hope that comes through. I hope that the playthroughs are sort of more in the spirit of my older stuff. That's what I'll be striving for. So hopefully that works out. Great. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your Monday. I hope you don't have the Monday blues, and I hope that you don't have the blues because you have like a full working week ahead of you or whatever. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. You're just going to have to suck it up. You're going to have to suck it up and deal with it like a man and get through this working week. And then, you know, let your hair down, or if you don't have hair, just like throw your toupee up in the air or whatever for the weekend when it finally comes. I might do another one of these later in the week. I might actually get Lewis on later in the week, and we can talk about Team Double Dragon stuff and whatever else comes to mind. That might be fun. And then we can get Terps back on at some point again for Dad Chat, which is also fun. Great. Okay. Well, thanks as usual for listening. Thanks if you're watching whatever is playing in the background. Thanks for watching that too. And I'll see you soon.